And fortunately, in the company, in Geely, you have both plug-in hybrids and extended range hybrids, like in London Taxi. I'm honestly asking myself, what are the plus and minuses of each? Which one is the best? No, because really, and I will give you a figure. When I was together with my colleagues in LEVC, in the company,
yes,
it was just before the pandemic times. We've been the very last journalists who visited it. That was last year in March. I was there talking with all the executives, starting with Jörgen, the CEO. Anyway, they told us a figure. Because I was asking, tell me, how big is the CO2 emission of your extended range during the whole range, 500 kilometers? Give me the average.
Yeah.
Not the first 100 where it's zero, because obviously on the London Tax, the first 100, because it's fully electric, is zero.
Yeah.
And they've been very honest. They said, we measured this, although it's not officially measured because there is no WLTP or other standards to ask this, which is great. I mean, that's it. We respect that. However, they measured and they told me, Dan, it's about 20 grams of CO2 per kilometer. And I said, guys, if you did these measurements, why you didn't broadcast it worldwide, such a figure? Because you are the world champions with this technology. If that small Volvo engine is running smoothly and giving enough energy, and in 500 kilometers you have only 20, it's great, because a plug-in hybrid, it's great as long as you have, and we know both of us, the electric range. Once the electric range is disappeared, the rest is not anymore in the same area of low CO2 emissions. By contrary, and it's obvious, it's in a way a double car in a way. You have the normal car, the AC engine, plus the electric capability. Obviously, it's higher, it's bigger in terms of, it's a big mass, it's weight. So in these two perspectives, because you have it in the company, from your perspective, tell me what is better for what?
This is, it depends on, again, an answer, I would say, but I mean, you could almost see this as a slide ruler. There, in one end you have a fully ICE car, and the other end you have a fully BEV car. And then if you go from the fully ICE and then move towards the BEV, in between you have for instance, a PHEV. So you have an ICE car, and then you have a plug-in battery. And then if you continue to move a little bit further towards the BEV, then you have the BEV car with the range extender. And then at the end you have the fully BEV, of course. So you have and then how you move this, let's go slide ruler a little bit towards ICE or towards BEV, and where do you have the, let's say, the best? For me, if you consider best as being as little CO2 as possible, carbon dioxide. Yeah, then of course the more BEV you are, probably the better it would be. And of course, the more ICE you are, the worse it would be in this sort of scale. So, but I mean, if you have a plug-in hybrid and you use it maybe for commuting, so almost, let's say 80%. I mean, not now, I know your figures that you said, but if you use the plug-in hybrid, that you maybe made almost all of your trips in electrical mode, then you would use that car as an electric car, and that would of course be very good. And on the other hand, if you have a range extender on your electric car, and you run a lot on the range extender instead of actually charging your battery as intended, because the range extender would, I would say, be considered as a support system more than as a main main system for giving energy. The battery should be the more, or external charging should be the main. So if you run that range extender more than maybe intended, then maybe you end up in a worse situation. So I can see use cases where the plug-in could be better than a range extender, but from generally speaking, without looking into a specific use case, the more BEV you are, the better from CO2 point of view. So fully BEV, I would consider the winner in this.
Oh, for sure. There's no discussion.
Yeah. So for me, it would be the more towards a BEV you drive your car, the better it would be. But as I said, that it's possible to do it. I mean, the Lincoln, we have this 69 kilometers of range. For me, it's possible to go from my house and home to your office and back again on one charge, and then I charge in my garage during night. So I could have probably used my if I had a plug-in hybrid, probably used it as a high degree with a very high degree of electrification. But as I said, it's depending. So, but for me, the more BEV, so probably a range extender would be better than a plug-in hybrid in this context.
I also thought in the same way. For instance, the technology, you have it in LEVC on a London taxi, it's 90 plus 100 kilometers fully electric, which is a bit bigger than the Link 01. So I was always wondering when it was designed, the new Link to be a plug-in hybrid, why not was chosen the extended range technology?
Just to comment then on the using a range extender, one good thing of using, for instance, ICE as a range extender is that you optimize it to let's say a very small spot where you use the engine.
Exactly.
So you can really, you don't really have to take into consideration different RPMs or different, I mean, torque requests. So you're fairly fairly good control of how the engine will be used. You can really optimize your engine. That makes it quite easy is always wrong word to use here, but it's at least you know much better. You have more information about how the engine will be used, and then you can optimize the engine in such a way. To come back to your question about plug-in hybrid, when we made the as you know, the Lincoln Co car, it's based on a common platform that we from CEVT we have developed that. It's
absolutely
called, yeah, CMA platform, and this platform was made for very many different kind of powertrains, and in that discussion about that, let's say, platform architectural discussion, let's say to create also a BEV car with a range extender was a little bit outside the scope at that time when the platform architecture was set up, because it was, so it's a little bit more about what was set up initially from platform perspective. So we had into it, we had pure ICE cars, and then HEVs and PHEV cars as the scope of the platform, and I would say that's the main reason why it was not really put in, because it was not part of initial architecture setup.
Fair enough.